Hi everyone, welcome back to S&S Bioinfo. Today's topic is blood pressure. Blood pressure. Blood pressure is a pressure exerted by the blood on the wall of blood vessel in which it is present. It is of two types, systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. Number one, systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. Diastolic pressure. Do you know the difference between systole and diastole? Systole is the contraction phase of the chambers of the heart, while diastole is the relaxation phase of the chambers of the heart. Systole is the contraction phase, while diastole is the relaxation phase. We have already learned about the structure of human heart, its morphology and anatomy, the name of the chambers of the heart. So when we have learned about the circulatory pathway of blood, I have told you that the chambers of the heart contract with the help of the pacemaker. This contraction helps in the pumping of the blood from the heart to different parts of the body. So the ventricular contraction is called the systole, while the ventricular relaxation is called the diastole. Now let us learn more about the systolic pressure and the diastolic pressure. Systolic pressure is the pressure exerted by the blood on the wall of the blood vessel during the maximum contraction of the ventricular chambers. So I have told you that systole is the contraction phase of the ventricles. It is about 120 mmHg. The systolic pressure 120 mmHg. So due to this high systolic pressure, ventricles can pump blood to different parts of the body. That means that deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle goes to the pulmonary artery, then to the lungs for purification. From the left ventricle, it goes to the aorta, to different parts of the body. So the systolic pressure is about 120 mmHg. Diastolic pressure is the pressure exerted by the blood on the wall of the blood vessel during the maximum relaxation of the ventricular chambers. It is about 80 mmHg. 80 mmHg. So here you can see 120 mmHg and 80 mmHg. This is a normal range of blood pressure in a normal, healthy adult human being. Human blood pressure can be measured by using a specific instrument called sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer. Now you can see the images of both sphygmomanometer and a stethoscope. Both are required for measuring the blood pressure of a person. When we measure the blood pressure of a person by using sphygmomanometer, the blood pressure is measured in terms of air pressure when it becomes equal to blood pressure. Changes in sound of blood flow is detected with the help of stethoscope, whose receiver is placed over the brachial artery just below the elbow joint of the person. The systolic pressure is recorded when first time tap-like sound is heard, while diastolic pressure is recorded when the loud sound starts muffling. Next, let us learn about the abnormal conditions of blood pressure. Abnormal conditions of blood pressure. First of all, hypertension. Hypertension. It's an abnormal condition characterized by persistent high blood pressure. It is about 150 to 90 mmHg. 150 to 90. So otherwise we can indicate like this, 150/90 mmHg. Here 150 indicates systolic pressure. This is systolic pressure. 90 indicates the diastolic pressure. Diastolic pressure. And what's the normal range of blood pressure? 120, 80 mmHg. This is the normal range, normal BP, blood pressure. So here you can see the difference. 150, that systolic pressure has increased in this case. So diastolic pressure also a little bit change, you can see here. See, this leads to different health problems. There are several reasons of blood pressure. The main causes are overeating, obesity, smoking, cholesterol-rich food, atherosclerosis, etc. So when more cholesterol or calcium are deposited in the wall of blood vessels, that leads to the rupturing of blood vessels. That may lead to cerebral hemorrhage. So hemorrhage leads to stroke. So hypertension is also known as a silent killer. The next abnormal condition is hypotension. Hypotension. Hypotension means low BP. It is characterized by persistent low blood pressure. It is usually about 100 to 50 mmHg. 100 to 50 mmHg. Here you can see 100. 100 indicates the systolic pressure. The 50 indicates the diastolic pressure. The main causes of hypotension are rupturing of blood vessel. It leads to excessive loss of blood from the body and failure of heart. That means sometimes heart is unable to pump blood to different parts of the body because of several reasons. That leads to hypotension. Then it leads to fainting in some people. Now you look at the range of the hypotension, 100 to 50. 100 indicates the systolic pressure and the 50 mmHg indicates the diastolic pressure. So it is different in different individuals, that is related with their age, the health conditions and so on. Certain factors may affect the blood pressure in human beings. They are age, then exercise, then elasticity of the blood vessel. Elasticity of the blood vessels. Age. The values of both systolic and diastolic pressure increase with the age. So next one, exercise. When we do exercise, the heartbeat increases so that the cardiac output also increases, so that the blood pressure also increases. The elasticity of the blood vessels. So when we have cholesterol-rich food or calcium-rich food, they may be deposited in the wall of blood vessels. So it causes the hardening of the blood vessels. So the elasticity of the blood vessel decreases. When the elasticity decreases, blood pressure increases. So these are certain important factors that may affect the blood pressure in human beings. These two conditions are very dangerous. Hyper and hypo. Hypertension means a high blood pressure condition. Hypotension means a low blood pressure conditions. Both are dangerous. The range is different in different individuals. It may lead to different health issues or health problems in human beings. With this, I conclude my session. I hope you understood the topic well. Blood pressure, its type, and the factors may affect the blood pressure of a person. Then thank you and have nice moments.